First, we want to talk about Big Nik, LLC. You got the hoodie on right now. It's
Yes,
dope.
sir. Yes, sir.
So
Thank you.
yeah, talk to us about how that idea came about and
Yeah.
how it was birthed.
Yeah. So it started in college, probably my sophomore year in college. And I played center. A lot of people don't know I played center in college. 5'9", barely grazing 5'10". So I'm playing against these girls that are 6'3", 6'4" every night on the court. And so every time I'm playing them, I'm having a lot of success playing to these girls bigger than me. So I trash talk a little on the court. So every time I'm scoring, I'm telling them, hey, get big, get big. You know what I'm saying? I'm big out here type thing. So obviously my name is Nikki, so the big in the Nick, but the big didn't come from size, obviously, because I was shorter. It was more about my heart and my passion. So that's how the Big Nick was birthed in a basketball sense. So during the pandemic, we had so much time to think, it just translated to how I could bring that to community and do a lot of community engagement. So all my life, I've always found a way to give back, whether it was, helping. I've taken off my socks one time and gave it to a kid in the middle of winter because he showed up at the after school program without socks on, or giving Thanksgiving baskets, just did some of those last night, Christmas basket, whatever, just anything that I can come back in the community and give is just like doing it big. I'm passionate about my community. And so that was the birth of Big Nik, turned it into an LLC. And I really didn't have a brand for it. Actually, one of the kids that I trained that you know very well, that you also coach, Brady Titus,
Oh yeah.
I was training him. And one day his dad came in, which he helped with one of the logos. I have two logos.
Hmm.
And he helped with one of the logos. He came to pick Brady up from training one day. He was like, Nick, here you go. I got something for you. He threw it to me. He had put my logo on a t-shirt. And I'm like, what? I was like, yo, this is dope. It was just a t-shirt, but it had the Big Nik on it. And it's just, man, it was so cool. So I just wore it a few times working out. People were like, yo, what is that? So once I got to tell my story, they were just like excited about it. I was like, yo, how can I get one of those? So I just had Brady just kind of pumping them out, Brady's dad pumping them out for me. And that was kind of the birth of the brand from just the vision of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ted, man.
Man, Ted is the man.
He's a
Yeah,
good dude.
yeah.
Man. So who your target audience like, with your with your LLC? Are you
Yeah,
really
well,
aiming at?
initially it started out for like at-risk community, kind of where I grew up, where I felt the biggest need to do it big at, which is my slogan, by the way. To do it big is
Mm.
it's big. Anything that you're passionate about can be doing big. So my doing it big in the community can be different than somebody else who is passionate about art or cooking or painting. So it was initially that I'm going to community and I'm gonna get all these kids who don't think that they can make it out, and tell them my story and let them know that they can. I never thought I would go to college. I never thought I would play, all over the world or something like that. So I was going to target them at first, but once I started telling my story to everybody, this can translate to any audience, any age, the youngest age all the way up to the oldest age, because my do it big going to the gym could be someone who lives in a nursing home where they get up every morning and maybe their goal is to walk all the way through the trail without stopping. So
Mm.
they're doing it big in that way. So the audience is everybody who has a passion.
Mhm.
What has been some, cool things that you've been doing thus far or recently through Big Nik?
Man, well, what was cool is because I grew up on the southeast side of Grand Rapids, and Baxter Community Center was right down the street. So that's where I got meals. That's where I went to the dentist, the doctor, and all of that. So the director from Baxter actually reached out to me and was like, hey, we're starting this after school program, and you're the first person we thought of to do clinics down there, basketball clinics. I'm like, what? This is where Baxter was an outdoor park when I grew up. And then when I was working for the city of Grand Rapids, they demolished the park and turned it into an indoor gym. And so for half of the summer, we didn't have hoops. We just had this indoor place. We played dodgeball, whatever. And then finally, Dick DeVos donated two hoops from the Orlando Magic practice facility. So we got to watch them use this crane to bring this 2-ton hoops in there inside the gym. And once everything got settled, I told everybody, hey, everybody, let's stand over in the corner. I got a basketball and went to shoot the first hoop. And then I wanted to be the first one to break it in. I'm like, this is my gym, this is my area, so I got to shoot the first hoop. So when she asked me to come back and do a clinic where I honed my own basketball skills, it was so amazing. These kids, like, I had to pull over and call my mom after the first day because these kids were like so happy to have this opportunity. They were like, Big Nik, Big Nik. Everywhere they were just saying Big Nik. And this little girl, I gave her a shirt the other day. She just came. She was like, Big Nik, I'm so happy I came. I didn't even want to do this today, but I'm so happy that I came. So I'm pulling over. I'm calling, Mom, guess what just happened? I just had this amazing amount of joy with these. It was like 16 kids the first day. Nothing this year has topped that moment. It was awesome. All the other stuff that I did was cool, but that right there, just coming back and giving back to the neighborhood that I grew up in, and for them to just receive me like that, love, love, love.
Absolutely.